Hi there, hi beautiful people, and welcome to the Ngowang Training and Conference Center in Munum Village. Paitiman Limiet. This training center not only helps my clan and empowers us to go out and do whatever we do, I'm also using it to empower every clan in the 800 tribes of Papua New Guinea. Is that good? Paitiman Limiet. You see, there's a problem in the country, and the problem is we're not getting enough education. We're not getting enough education. Most of my family here, they've only finished from grade 8, grade 10, grade 6 for some, and I believe every other clan from the 800 tribes in PNG also have the same problem. So I'm using my training, my skill set to teach them how it doesn't matter if they finished whatever grade in school. Use this skill set, use this training that I'm going to give today, and you can make yourself a powerful business consultant in the next 30 minutes. I'll show you guys. So last week I did this video called TRANSCEND. It's a 1-hour video. It talked about how you can actually just simply use your body, your words, and you can be a powerful business consultant. And I proved it. I proved it in last week's video. But now that you know and you are aware that you are a powerful business consultant, because all you need is your voice and your body in front of people like this to be a powerful business consultant, and you don't need anything else. You don't need a degree or a diploma. You don't need a position or a title. You don't need any money or prestige. You just need this. Mouth, body, a camera like this, recording you, and that's it. That's as simple as that. So when you get interviewed for people like Post Korea, National, MTV, TV1, whoever, you can stand and talk freely. But there's a problem now. Because some people, if I ask them to speak, they'll be like, that's the problem. Put your hand down, smile. So it's a choice. It's always a choice to decide to speak fluently or don't. It's not something, self-confidence is not anything that you shouldn't, anything fancy. It's just a choice. Just stand like this, talk like this, free your mind and open up. That's it. Don't give yourself any excuses in your head. That's the only secret to transcend. And that's what I proved with everybody last week. Okay, this week, in this 30-minute presentation, I would go with you through with this outline here. 5 things. A review of Transcend. And number 2, my story in 3 minutes. And number 3, that skill. 3 minutes, 3 questions, pitching. And number 4, mind and body stable. And number 5, output. Once you know how to throw your story in 3 minutes, once you know that you have to keep yourself stable inside, and once you know where your story can go, that's how you'll be a business consultant. Simple as that. You can use this. You can use this outline, and you can use this immediately after this training. To my audience out here and to my audience in here, you can use this and actually start a consultancy. If you just learn how to manage your emotions inside. In Pidgin, we will say, Bosim good bell. And you like no bosim good bell blue you. Now you know Wario, Semo, Poreto, Ting Plantio. Time you bosim good bell, now you got bell easy now. But Tok will come out alright. Because time you Poreto, Wario, Semo, one and now. Time inside you no stop easy. Outside too, how will come out. So secret no come out good luck consultant, and bosim good bell. Secret lo, secret lo heaven abra. The secret to everything in this universe, bosim good bell. So the key scripture for this one is Proverbs 4 verse 23. So I will open up with this text. This is like the key scripture to this training, but I'll say that this scripture is the secret to this universe. If everybody knows Proverbs 4 verse 23. You will know the secret to heaven and the secret to earth. And I'll explain it to you why. Proverbs 4 verse 23 reads, above all things that you guard, safeguard your heart, for out of it are the sources of life. So it says here, above all things that you guard, the highest one on the top is safeguard your heart. Because, like I said, if you are afraid of Sangoma, if you are ashamed to talk, if you are nervous to go to the manager of a company or a member or a governor, if you do not safeguard your heart from those feelings, you can't talk to them. So, in heaven, there was somebody who managed his heart, and that was God himself. Bosim good bell. And that's why he's still a God. And there was another person, I'm not bossing good bell. I'm jealous. Bell no good. Ting no good. And we know what happened next. Him and every other angel that didn't safeguard their heart, that didn't boss him good bell, they all were sent out. If you mean boss him good bell too, we're gonna go all the way. Paradise, everywhere. You see, that's how Proverbs 4 verse 23 is very effective. And it's the same with business. You see all those vehicles on the road. That's because the owner of that vehicle, Bosim Good Bell, managed the business, saved up, said no to a lot of desires, said no to a lot of friends and family, until he saved enough money to buy the truck. Ask any millionaire in the world, and they will tell you how they, Bosim Good Bell, safeguarded their heart from temptation, from family, friends, everybody. You see how to safeguard your heart. You see how powerful this is. You are not who you are, who you should be, because most of us here, we didn't safeguard our heart. You may not be bossing good belly. That's why planting blame me no big sort yet. Honest, mean again. No narpla something. Lili 100 kina kam lo hano, lili 1000 kina kam lo hane. Isa I'm boil no. Mangal em kerap no. Igris kerap no. No. We know what happens next. So, this training is to teach you to transcend, meaning that when you are somebody who never knew the importance to safeguard your heart, after this training or during this training, you'll realize that true, me must bosim good bell. Me must safeguard my heart, because out of it is the source of everything in life. So that's this training. But there's two sides to this training. Number one is, you're gonna learn how to safeguard your heart, and you'll realize this. But number two is, you're gonna tell your story. Why? Because once you are able to manage your heart, manage your money, manage your resources, and you now have a good story, you're going to tell your story. And once you're able to tell your story will help another person to manage their emotions. To teach them that, hey, if you manage your money this way, if you manage your 14 kina this way, you can grow. And then this person listens to your story, and then that person starts to manage their emotions and manage their heart. They too will manage the trade store better. What's going to happen is you have more people who are able to manage the emotions better. You have more people who start by bossing with bell. So what's going to happen is story lo papa yawin lo 14 kina ba help him not lo mantulo bossing good bell. And that's how he's going to have followers, fans, people interested in his story. And when we come to this part, I'll show you where we can tell our story. There's 8 things we can do. So as we get into it, number 1, review of TRANSCEND. So the short review of the TRANSCEND video I did was, last week I said that anybody can be a powerful business consultant. You are fully equipped to be a business consultant from the day you were born. The day you came out of your mother's womb with eyes and ears and a nose, mouth and a full body. That's it. That's a powerful business consultant right there. Day 1. Because you have everything you need to be a powerful business consultant from the day you were born. Because everything else you're going to use is a tool. I'll give one example of this. My father, over there, Papa Epov. I'll use this skill set, 3 minutes. But I won't use 3 minutes, maybe less than that. Papa Epov, 20 years with Goodman Fielder. From a grade 6 graduate, and then went to a vocational school, and then to Goodman Fielder, 20 years. He became so good in touching all those machines. He was a doctor of machines. But I asked him, did you read the manuals to become an expert? And he said, no. So I asked him, so how? And he said, I only used my eyes. And I was watching how the bosses were touching the machines. On and on and on for 20 years until I know how to touch every machine that the boss will want only Papa Apple to come and have a look at this machine. Even after he retired and he came to the village, they had to get him back to go and touch a silo, right? Yeah. And it worked. It was fixed. From this grade 6. And guess what? They were graduates, university graduates, degree, diploma, coming to Goodman Fielder. Oh man. Wait, that's okay. Okay. I'll continue. My phone still connected to this. I thought I put it on silent.
Disconnected.
Disconnect, mute. Okay. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, but we can still proceed. Disturbance is okay. It's a normal thing in life. So the lesson is, check if your phone's on silent. So, I was saying, Papa Epov, grade 6, vocational, observation skills, using Maitasol, 20 years, became an expert and a doctor of all machines. And what did he become? A trainer and a consultant, able to train university students. What did he use? Degree and diploma? Position or title? The thing that he was born with, his eyes. Do you see how powerful this is? That's when we're able to use our body effectively. That's the training I wanted people to get last week, TRANSCEND. To be able to use your eyes, ears, body, and mouth effectively. Right now I'm using my mouth, the same mouth that all of you have. But I'm using my mouth effectively to deliver this training. And if I do it well, you guys will love this training outside, online. And that's it. And if people will call me after this training to say, hey, can you come and do a TRANSCEND workshop with our school or with our company, because I was using my mouth to speak, nothing else. No degree and diploma excuses in your head. No grade 8 and grade 10 dropout excuses in your head. Just your eyes, ears, and mouth. You see, I get tired of my own family and everybody saying that Brother Blue finished solo grade 8. Brother Blue finished to grade 10. So what? Pops above is grade 6. See? And what? He's a doctor of machines. He has eyes and he used his eyes. Do you still have eyes? You got eyes. Stop making excuses. Finishing from grade 6 and grade 8 is not an excuse. It's not the real reason why you should be who you are. So don't stop creating excuses in your head. Transcend. Snap out of it. Some of you here, online, offline, can be standing in front of a school right now, doing what I'm doing right now. Just talking straight to the camera or talking to people. Because you stop giving yourself excuses. See, that's the reason why I'm giving this training. When I'm telling you to transcend, I'm actually telling you to stop making excuses for yourself and use your God-given eyes, your God-given ears, your God-given mouth, the body you were born with, to help somebody, to change their life, to help people to manage 14 kina, to help people use their eyes better and be a doctor of machines. Yeah, just use this body more effectively. That's this training. Number 2, my story in 3 minutes. So my story is interesting. I said my story last week that I graduated from the University of Natural Resources and Environment. But I dropped my papers because it got stolen. And now I'm this person. But now I'll tell you something else. Okay. This is my story. I got a Bachelor of Fisheries and Marine Resource Management. 4 years degree. So what does it mean? It means I have a degree to manage fisheries and marine resource management. So, but to tell you the truth is, I don't need to manage the fish. I don't need to manage the oceans. In fact, I don't need to manage anything in the ocean. I should probably die. Because the ocean doesn't need us. But the only thing that needs managing is humans. To manage your greed, to manage your overfishing, to manage your undersized fishing, to manage all the dynamite and the poison and your hunger and your thirst, to get all those fish, sell them, buy your beer, get drunk. That's it. We didn't get a degree to manage the fish. We got a degree to manage who we are, to manage our desires, to manage our whatever insecurities or whatever we wanted to do. To look good in people's eyes when we're getting drunk and say, woohoo, money blow fish here. Yeah, you know, planning here. There's no degree in fisheries. There's only degree in managing people. Bossing good bell. That's the only degree we got. So, if you want to know what I got in 4 years, I only gained the insight and the need and the hunger to manage myself better and to teach somebody in the coastline to be like, right man, boss him good bell blue, manage him good feelings blue, na thinking blue, na let him solwara mallo pasten. You kiss him go, na you finish him, na you bagar up him, na you throw me dynamite, na poison rope, na you bagar up him you yet. There's no fisheries management, there's only human management. That's the degree I got. And that's my story in 3 minutes. I'm alright, huh? Fighting man. So anybody who gets a degree or in forestry, I have Papa Charles over here. So he has managed his desires so effectively that he's got trees. Out of all his brothers, he's got more trees than his brothers. Because his brothers, they cut all the trees already, and he still has his trees. And when he doesn't cut his trees and he makes gardens under his trees, the brothers they sort of like made fun of him. Because a real man is strong enough to cut big trees, and then they'll make gardens underneath. He seemed like a lazy person because he wasn't cutting the tall trees. But something happened. Years later, the ones that were cutting the trees to make the gardens didn't have trees, and they were coming back to him and like, see, he has trees, his brothers don't have trees. But now up in his place at Ongop, he has more trees as well. Why? Bosim good bell. We don't know why everybody cuts trees, but in my village, people are everywhere cutting all the trees. I don't see any permanent houses, I don't see so many development, but there's a lot of trees being cut down in my village. And they give whatever excuse, but I think most of the trees in my village, tumuna atoglo fight na bosim, but now we're just piecing them off. It's sad to have, to be a clan, to own resources, but all we can do with our resources is to cut them down, sell trees, and piece ourselves off. What's our problem? Bosim good bell. So you see, I don't know what's the difference between Papa Charos and his brothers. I don't know. What makes him able to safeguard his heart from temptation, from family, from friends, from his own wife and kids, and he's able to manage his own desires, and he manages his resources. He's got secrets in his stories. He might be able to tell us in a future video, and he'd be able to tell us and say, okay, so Papa Charos, how did you manage your everything that you have trees? And then he'll tell us his secret, and then he'll tell us the stories. You see, now he's going to be invited to a conference, and in this conference they're going to invite him. People want him to distribute seeds because he's managing it so effectively. He's got seeds. But the thing is, how did he have seeds? You see, people shouldn't just ask Papa Charos for seeds. They should ask themselves, how did he become such a person? What's important is not only his seeds, but his knowledge, his wisdom, his heart. Because if I were to give you seeds, but I didn't give you the heart, you'll have trees, they'll grow up, and then you cut them, and what do you do with it? Piss them off again. See, that's the problem. We shouldn't just ask for seeds. We should also ask for the heart and the wisdom to manage the resource. And then, we will be better foresters in this country. I believe my Papa Charos has a degree in forestry because his story is the degree. If he is able to tell his story and change somebody's heart to be able to manage the resources, and that person manages his resources, and 10 years later he has lots of trees. It's better to have lots of trees than to have a degree and no trees. And that's the story of Papa Charos, the forester in the clan and the one with a merit, a lifetime merit, degree in forestry. Paitimando Papa Charos. I already gave you guys 3 examples. Myself, degree in fisheries. Papa Epov, degree in observation skills. And now Papa Charos, degree in forest management. Because he managed the forest? No, his heart. Because he managed machines? No, his eyes and his heart. You see, I keep telling people, you see all the big shots? It's because they manage decisions. That's why they're rich. They manage their heart. That's why they're rich. No secret. No degree or diploma. No position or title. Managing your heart. Easy straight. There's no further secret in life to change who you are. So if you think you bless man, Siran house, this house, me house man, you know bless man, you powerful business consultant since the day you were born, because you were not created by a grade 6, you were not created by a grade 10 or 12, you were created by a powerful being himself. But you keep telling yourself that you're grade 6, grade 8, grade 10, whatever. You're not talking me. Grade 6 man walk you blow.
No.
Grade 8 walk you blah. Usa walk you blah. God. Anu tu. Powerful man. Fighty man lem. I clearly don't like it when people lie and say that I am this ordinary person. You mean stop lo gaman na wa? As of this training onwards, stop lo gaman. Stop lo gaman and talk you grade 6. Stop lo you gamanos, you bless man. Stop now. As of this training, stop him. Say that I am a powerful business consultant because I was made by a powerful being in the sky. He gave me powerful eyes to see, to read. He gave me powerful ears to listen. He gave me powerful hands that can do so many things in life. You see all those high-rise buildings in Lake City. Robots made them, or human hands. Man, holy machine, so that's the secret to life. So that's my story, and that's Papa Charu's story, Papa F of my story, in 3 minutes. So now the skill set. So for the skill set, I've already showed you guys how to what should I say? Tell your story in 3 minutes, and I gave 3 stories. So let's get let me show you the skill set of asking 3 questions. 3 minutes, 3 questions. I'll go to the Bible. This one is a powerful one. Cain and Abel. Genesis 4, verse 6 and 7. You see, when Cain was having trouble, managing his emotions, he wasn't happy with his brother. What did God say to help Cain manage his emotions? What did God try to do? What did he try to say? Lo, help him Cain, lo, boss him good bell. You see, that's an important conversation that all of us might need to know. When somebody is very angry, or when somebody is having some sort of emotional breakdown, we have to do what Jehovah has done. And what did Jehovah do to Cain? 3 questions. Interesting, huh? He only used 3 questions to try to turn Cain around. He only used 3 questions to try to help Cain to transcend, to switch from the direction he was going. You see, he was thinking of killing his brother. So I have to intervene. I have to try. And God wanted to try. And he tried. With what? 3 questions. So what are those 3 questions? So in Genesis 4, verse 6 and 7, this one is a powerful one because you can use these same 3 questions anytime in life. Anywhere in life. With husbands, wives, kids, companies, clans, cities, everybody. You can use this. Always use this 3. You just have to change the application of these 3 questions. So you see, I'll read it from 5 down so you can get the context. He says, so Cain grew hot with anger and was dejected. In verse 6 it says, then Jehovah said to Cain, why are you so angry and dejected? That's question number 1. If you turn to doing good, will you not be restored to favor? Question number 2. Number 3. But if you do not turn to doing good, sin is crouching at the door, and its craving is to dominate you. But will you get the mastery over it? Sin might ready boss him, but by you boss him good bear. Islam meri mo kan grisim yusta. By you boss him good bear. Your friends are asking you to cut this tree to get drunk and piss yourself. Will you safeguard your heart? Your wife is pressuring you to go and get a chicken in the shed. Are you bossing good? You see, you can use these 3 questions anytime in life. Because if somebody wants something, if somebody wants to do something that's corrupt, kill, steal, jealous, Sanguma. It's fearful. Let's use Sanguma. I have this huge problem in my family and clan right now that people are trying to kill one of my fathers because they think he's a Sanguma. I'm going beyond 30 minutes, but that's okay. It's important for me to say this out. You see, you can ask these 3 questions. Question 1. Ibla purat lo anisan. Ibla belat lo anisan. Ibla tigding nogot lem lo anisan. Ibla suspect lem lo anisan. See, that's question 1. Question 2 is, but if we do not change our minds and see that he's just an ordinary man, will we not be restored as a family? Will we not be restored to favor? If we realize that the water or this tanget is just an ordinary plant that God created in the 5th day and he said everything was good. If we not see that it's just an ordinary water, an ordinary plant, and turn to a better mindset, will we not be restored as a family and be united again? That's question number 2. The question number 3 is, but if we do not change our mind, and we still see him as a Sanguma, sin is hiding behind us. Murder is hiding behind us. Fighting is hiding behind us. Trying to dominate our minds and dominate our family. But will we get the mastery over it? Will we? Boss him good bell. I'm not trying to solve my family problem, but did you feel that? Did you guys see it? Yeah. How I use 3 questions to get the point across. I'm nicer.
Yes.
Fight the man, Lord Islam. Genesis 4 verse 6 and 7 can be used anywhere, anytime. If somebody wants to sell all the fish and buy beer, if somebody wants to sell morata or sell blind or sell cut trees to buy beer or anything, ask the first question. You let drink beer, one second. Question 2. If you change this thirst for beer to spending your money better, will you not be restored as a better person? Question 2. Question 3 is, but if you don't change this attitude, if you don't change this mindset, if you don't change this thirst for beer, this sin is crouching behind you, wanting to dominate you for the rest of your life. But will you get the mastery over it? Look at me. Same 3 questions. Genesis 4 verse 6 and 7. Bosim good bell. So I'm telling all of you that you can bosim good bell and use this 3 minutes, 3 question pitching style to speak in a way that you can change anybody. You plus Kelima. I use this 3 minutes, 3 question style to address a real family problem. Sanguma. I use this 3 minute style and I can use it to address forestry problems. I can use this 3 minute, 3 question style to talk about Papa Epov. I did use those 3 questions if you're not listening. Papa Epov got degree or diploma? You see, that's one question. What did he use? On his eyes. And who was he teaching later on in life? University students. Look at me using 3 questions. But I'm getting the point across. I'm teaching using 3 questions. I'm showing you how he can also still be today as a consultant. And I'm hoping that I can write his story, as well as Papa Charles and every other family member, to show that they are already degree holders by merit of the effective use of their body and management decisions to be an effective trade store owner, to be an effective forester, to be an effective manager, to be a doctor of machines. Pops David is here. Mr. Yanga's mute, mouse pass, chief mechanic. Another story. If I wanted to tell all the stories, I'm going to run out of time. Because something the Muslim, one plan mouse pass man, come up chief mechanic. Pops stay with him. Degree or diploma?
Degree.
Degree. In what?
Ice.
Degree lo aya. Nalo paper?
No.
No paper. What grade did he finish?
No.
No paper. Villager. But them got degree blow use him I blame mouse pass man, but them use your hand and he became chief mechanic. Fighting man lo Pablo. Can you guys see continuously me proving that most of you sitting here are already degree holders by merit of your effective use of your body? Real references to real family members already with a powerful story of what they've actually done. Because all been bossing good bell blow. Manage decisions, manage eyes, manage ears, manage your hands effectively. That's number one. The bossing good bell. But that's number two is tell your story. Because you can be this chief mechanic, but if you can't tell a story, you won't be a consultant. You won't be a powerful consultant. You see, the purpose of this training is for you to realize that you are already this person, but be able to tell your story, and that's how you're going to be the consultant. To tell your story in 3 minutes. That's the purpose of this training. You have this story of forestry. You have this story of management. You have this story, long story. But I'm not asking you to tell your long story. I'm asking you to tell your story in 3 minutes. And 3 questions. To make somebody want to manage the forest better. To make somebody want to manage the fisheries better. To make somebody want to manage the trade store better. To manage the eyes better. To manage the ears better. Manage the speech better. See? So, how do you tell your story? Number 4 says, mind and body is stable. And I wrote here, energy, enthusiasm, and excitement. I was interviewing my dad this week, Papa Yawin. But there was a huge difference. What I spoke with so much life, he spoke but with very low energy. You can't change people if you do not speak with a lot of life. You have to speak with energy, excitement, enthusiasm. So you might have your story, but can you tell your story with a lot of life in it? And how do you tell your story with a lot of life? It comes back to here. That means lo bell you one bell through you almost through the story blue you. And you found out how to tell your story in 3 simple questions. You'll be excited. You'll be like, I got my 3 questions already. Do you realize how I felt when I could use 3 questions to deal with my Sangoma family problem? How did I feel when I was saying it? I said it with so much life. Because I know we have a ridiculous problem of suspecting that ordinary tanget and water can kill people. That's a lie. It's just a lie. And in the Garden of Eden, the only thing that made Eve die was a lie. Not a tanget, a lie. Not water from a Kandemeri, a lie. See, a lie kills people. Nothing else. So Papa Hopeless doesn't need to die. He just needs us to realize that these things won't kill us. But somebody is lying among us, and we need to pin that person on the ground and teach the person something, I don't know. Fighting man. But that's me using 3 questions to get a point across. And easy straight, huh? Easy through it. I'm using the same 3 questions from Genesis 4, verse 6 and 7, but instead of trying to manage Cain's feelings, I'm trying to use it to manage my family's feelings. You can use it to manage anybody's feelings. You see, the emotional management is the key. to life, like we said in the beginning. And it's the same with your clients. You see, Papa Charo's way to go to people, he needs to help people to manage their feelings when they're doing the forestry. So you can own a tree, but it's how you manage your feelings. It's going to affect how you're going to cut the tree and what you're going to do with the tree. You can have a huge piece of land, but it's going to depend on how you're going to manage your feelings and what you're going to do with that land. If you see that land and you see that that's 20,000 and I'm going to piece myself off with it, yeah, see? But suppose you're bossing with Bellevue and you realize there's something I can do effectively with it. We're not going to sell land and we're not going to sell trees and we're going to sell things to get pissed all the time. So it comes back to this. So, the same thing here. Mind and body. Time you bossing good Bellevue, you bossing good 3 minutes Blue. You bossing good this like triple question Blue. And you believe that I have a message that can help my family. I have a message that can help people in this conference. I have a message that can help students. And I can only take 3 minutes to tell them the story. And I can only use 3 questions to get my point across. I go, you're going to be excited. You'll be enthusiastic. And then when you speak, your story will come up with a lot of energy. And that's what's going to happen with number 4. Story about you bossing good bell, never come out good thread. Spear about you serving good, never come out straight out. See man straight. See lo bell straight. Now you be like see man no bell, you think him. You like lo fighting chole, no no fighting man now must no. You like shooting talking lo bell straight. Man ma peeling them to through here. I need to manage my forests better. I need to use my eyes more effectively. I need to manage my 14 kina more effectively. I need to manage my decisions better. I need to manage my fisheries better. See, that's the secret. Bossing good bell. And once you know, once you are stable inside, you are excited inside, and you are happy to come and stand like this in front of me and tell a story, you have the whole secret now. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You ready now? You're ready to stand now. You're ready to be a consultant now. Honestly speaking, if you get 1, 2, 3, and 4, the only thing that's left is number 5. What's number 5? Output. So where are you going to throw your 3 minutes now? Because you're ready. Number 1, 2-minute stories or 3-minute stories. Tell your story, anybody. Tell it with each other. On the street, in a bus. Anybody. Just shoot it. Social media. I can write the same story. Whether it's a forestry story, or Pop Sepov story, fishery story, Sanguma story, a 3-minute reading article, Facebook and LinkedIn. News media. I can write this same outline and send it to National. I can write this same outline and send it to Post Korea. If you want to learn how to use your eyes effectively, call this number, Papa Epov. If you want to learn how to manage your forest better and get seedlings, call this number, Papa Charles. If you want to know how to manage your team better, call this number, Neko Babu. If you want to know how to manage 14 kina, call this number, Yawing Babu. You're going to send this story out to social media. You're going to send this story out to Post Korea, National. And what's going to happen next? I don't know. People can start calling you guys. And when you go and stand in front of those people, you have to tell your story. I don't want to preach about you and then you stand in front of people and you get confused. See, that's the reason why we're having this training. Because you can tell your story before I start telling other people about you. But in fact, the moment they watch this video, I already mentioned your name, so they might be asking about you guys here. So be prepared. Some of you might be invited after watching this video, some people. I'll make this 1 hour. Forget the 30 minutes. But we're getting something educational here. I can't squeeze my energy into 30 minutes. It's too short. I'm bigger than 30 minutes. So let's go. Workshop. Workshop. Now that you have your story and you can structure it like this, you are ready to tell your story in a workshop like this. And you might take 1 hour like I'm taking 1 hour too. That's okay. Because I'm going to be charging people 250 kina per hour of giving people life knowledge like this. Because I believe that 250 kina is nothing compared to 20,000 kina you send your students to a university and they come out and they don't know how to talk like this. Wasting money. You know, a lot of university graduates right now can't even talk like this, can't even do a presentation like this, can't even write like this on a social media. They can't do what I do. What's the 4 years for? But if my fathers and my brothers or placement, they can do this, they're going to be better than anybody who went to a university with a degree and a diploma but can't even talk like this in front of people. Fight him and leave that. Why? Because the secret is not in a degree and diploma. It's in using your body, your mouth, your eyes, your ears more effectively. That's what I'm trying to teach here when you transcend. And you tell your story much better. So you tell your story on news media when you write these stories, these 3-minute stories. When you put it in Postgre National. Or when you do it in a workshop. Okay, I have here a conversation. Learn to speak to someone in our family. Try use this Sanguma story with the next family. Use it. Use Genesis 4 verse 6 and 7. Ask this question. It's okay. Warana, tangetem, God make him the day one. God yet look calm down na. And everything was good. And God made all the birds in the sky and said everything was good. But plasman kera matoko sa kain. Hey, tangetem, nongude. Waraya nongude. Hey, tewel pisine. Tewel pisine we. God to good lazantine. He's useless. God making a token good la pisine. You token tewel pisine. You're a liar. Stop him surpassing. As of this training, stop him surpassing. You lot to no one talk tewel pisine. Like these are facts, but we keep lying. And that's why we're gonna kill each other with these suspect Sanguma killings for these lies. But when you can watch this and learn something from this. You see, they're killing those little girls out there, these women out there. They're not killing them from real hard evidence of people killing. It's a suspicion. You read the newspaper, they'll use a word. Accused. Accused. That's the word you'll see. What is accusation? A lie. Hey, that's a lie. Hey, that's a lie. Hey, you can get a fruit and buy you stuff life. That's a lie. You come out one kind of say this man too. Spreading lies. And people will get killed. Innocent people. What's good in our family? We have liars and people who are telling the truth. So man, you gaman, you con men, you walk with the Satan, surugolo side will goat. Because there's a lot of firewood burning waiting for you. So, conversations. Use these kinds of ways to talk in a conversation. Or in a workshop. Interview. Some of you guys could be interviewed after this. If they come to interview Dad for management, David Youngas, they want a story. How does a mute person become a chief mechanic? How does somebody use his eyes to be like Papa Yapov and be a doctor of machines? Forestry, 14 kina, interviews. People will interview you. You're going to tell the story. Fill your heart with enthusiasm, excitement, energy, full of life. So when you talk into a microphone or when you talk to them face to face, they'll see you. You're confident. You have something that can change the listeners when they listen to you. Speak with life. In the interview. Radio talk. Some of you should go to NBC and tell your story. So everybody in Papua New Guinea or Morobe province can learn how to manage the forest better. Learn how to use the ice better. Learn how to use the trade store better. Because you're already a powerful business consultant with a powerful story, and I'm just trying to teach you how to tell your story effectively. And TV shows. Apart from YouTube, some of you might be actually have not a mobile phone like this taking a video, but a real MTV cameraman or somebody else on a talk show, TV show, interviewing some of you, because each one of us has secrets. Forest management secrets. Not Forest Bell. Human management secrets that's making him able to manage the forest. Management practices to become a chief mechanic, doctor of machines, a trade store expert. So when you're going to stand in front of a camera, when you're going to be interviewed by any of those people, this training will help you. Because this training was meant to help you to be able to stand like this, talk freely, because inside you are stable enough to tell your story. And I told you that you have to know how to tell your story in 3 minutes using 3 questions. So just to sum up this presentation, to transcend and tell your story, I simply wanted you all to transcend. Stop him all gammon rubbish thinking was a me plus man, me grade 8, me grade 6. Oi, powerful man making this like baby. You know, grade 6 walking you, grade 8 walking you. Tell yourself you're a powerful business consultant, somebody who has a story that can change 1 million lives in Papua New Guinea. Yes, say that to yourself. Transcend. Transcend. Stop keeping your mind like this. Baby, now stop the board one day. Are you ready? Papa Asa has a story. He'll tell you guys, and he'll tell us how to sail against Makam River. That's interesting. Sail against the current. Plus a whole heap of stories that he has inside him. I've heard that he was a very good secretary, better than his older brother, who made his older brother jealous, and he'll be like, "Oh no, I need to be better than him." And then that became his motivation to push himself. So this once upon a time secretary, now sailor at Makam River, somebody who has a beautiful tourism destination that all of us can go and stay with him to see Lake Wanam. He's sitting among us, and he's got a story. Can he be able to tell his story in 3 minutes? Using 3 questions. See, that's a skill set that I have to practice with my people, with my clan. And that's the same thing that you should be practicing with your clan, in your tribe, in all 800 tribes of Papua New Guinea. We're from the Wampat tribe, you guys are from the other tribes. Let's do this with our clans, and we might probably empower all our tribes in Papua New Guinea. That doesn't matter if whatever grade you finish, as long as you know that you're already born fully equipped and you can tell a story that can change people's lives, you're fully equipped from the day you're born until you die. Don't worry about all these fancy pieces of paper. That's nothing. You're somebody special, and you're big because you're created by somebody special, and you can do more. Stop lying to yourself. That's all. That's transcend. Padi Mandu Islam. So transcend all these limiting thoughts and tell your story. How you move from this to this. From fisheries degree to consultant. From managing fish to managing humans to managing fish. To managing forest. Tell a story. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Review of Transcend video. Let me talk finish here. Remove whatever lies that you tell to yourself. That you're just plus man, grade 6, city man, block man. You can be anywhere in PNG and you're somebody special. You're actually somebody powerful. Tell yourself that as of this training. Stop lying to yourself. And number 2, my story in 3 minutes. That was my story. But learn to tell your story in 3 minutes. And number 3, 3 minutes, 3 questions pitching. Give people the skill set of Genesis 4 verse 6 and 7. How to use 3 questions to send a message. Which is question number 1, which is, why are you fearful? Why are you envying somebody's wife? Why are you getting a second wife? Why are you this? Why are you that? That's question 1. Why are you pissing off all your good money? That's question 1. Is like, why are you doing this? And then question number 2 is, if you tend to doing good, will you not be restored to being somebody stronger than this? That's question 2. And question 3 is, but if you don't change this mindset of yours, and you still want to get this extra beer, extra woman, extra this, extra this, sin is crouching behind you. And its craving is to dominate your life forever. To dominate you that you're going to be a drunkard all the time. To dominate you and you'll be a woman all the time. to dominate you, and you'll still be this weak person all the time. But will you get the mastery over it? That's the third question. See how I use Genesis 4 verse 6 and 7 to use it in different settings. You can use it anytime. That skill set number, that's 3. 3 minutes, 3 questions. How to use 3 minutes, these 3 questions, and you can send a message home anytime to anybody. And number 4, mind, body is stable. Learn to be stable inside. Learn to be confident inside. Enthusiastic, full of energy, full of life. So when you tell your story, 1 million people listening to you will be blessed. 1 million people listening to you will manage the forest better. 1 million people listening to you will manage the trade store better, will manage the seed capital better. And you're excited to tell that story here before you go out there. Because you have to be stable already, excited already before you go to Lay City and PNG and anywhere. Before you go to that conference, you're already stable inside. And number 5, your outputs. Be prepared now, because you might tell a story right now after this training. You can, or I can, or somebody can post it on social media. We can put your story in national or post Korea. You can tell a story in a workshop like this. And then you can tell a story in conversations with families and friends. And then you prepared for an interview. People can come interview and you're ready to tell a story whenever somebody wants to interview. You can tell us, we can go to Lay City and do a radio show, and you give your talk to bless everybody in Morobe or in PNG. And a TV show. If some of you guys get invited to give your story, MTV, TV1, that would be great. But that's been our time. So I stretched it up to 1 hour, but I believe everybody got something really good in this 1 hour. I actually enjoyed myself talking to you. I believe I empowered my clan members. You know, one bella. I used this opportunity to address some family problems. Thank you. Some more problems somewhere. And but I showed you guys that in five simple but effective steps, you can change your life into a powerful business consultant. 5 simple steps. And all you need is 3 minutes and 3 questions, and you can change your life, and you can change anybody's lives with 3 minutes and 3 questions. My name is Peter Babul, and this is my TRANSCEND How to Tell a Story workshop. Thank you, everybody. And thank you to you watching in there. I hope you enjoyed this training. See you next time. See you next week, Saturday.